Just days after the tragic scenes in Indonesia, police in Argentina followed suit. Below the stands, law enforcement fired tear gas. Fans tried escaping it. Videos taken by those in attendance show police firing rubber bullets at spectators. The tear gas crept up into the press box, leaving many members of the media coughing and gasping for air. The scenes were troubling, chaotic, and unfortunately, once again, tragic. The match between Gimnasia and Boca Juniors would kick off. Subsequently, after only 9 minutes, it would be abandoned. The latest reports are yet another tragedy rocking the world's game. Per The Guardian, Sergio Berni, security minister for Buenos Aires province, told local television that the fan died of a heart problem as he was leaving the stadium. Unfortunately, there is a dead person, said Berni. He died of a heart problem when he was transported to the hospital. The tear gas entered the field with pictures showing players and fans covering their faces while supporters made their way onto the pitch looking for a quick exit. Berni gave no other details about the circumstances in which the person died. Take it with a grain of salt, because we know police love getting ahead of the story and justifying their actions. But the authorities told media fans of the local team Gimnasia were trying to force their way into an already packed stadium. Police used rubber bullets and tear gas to force the fans to retreat. Now, I just want to be clear about this, because we also saw this previously at arguably the biggest match of the year, and that is the Champions League final, when Liverpool took on Real Madrid. And we saw the way police locally spun this story. We saw the way UEFA spun this story. So until we have concrete information of what the authorities are saying and what the league is saying, just be skeptical. This is the song and dance that always happens. Always. Now, there is a public disagreement between the police and the clubs. Gimnasia went on to release a further statement on their social media accounts, which berates the use of excessive force by security forces at the stadium entrances and in its vicinity, and claims that the club and its supporters followed the entry protocols set out by and organized with the Provincial Police of Buenos Aires. So Berni proclaimed the club oversold tickets. There were too many people. It is the club's fault, and it is the fans' fault. Thus, per Berni, the police just had to act until the club rebuked his statements. Marca reported people invaded the pitch to take cover from the smoke, images that were repeated in the stands. While outside the stadium, the chaos and disorder continued. Gimnasia players were worried about their relatives in the stands, but there was no way to communicate. There were lost children, injured people outside the stadium, And of course, the match was suspended as confirmed by the ref. Supporters were trapped inside the stadium, choking on the tear gas as police did indeed fire their rubber bullets outside the grounds, and eventually the public flooded the pitch. The referee would go on the record saying, "It affected all of us on the field. The air became unbreathable, the situation got out of control, and there were no security guarantees." This is a big allegation, but TNT broadcaster Juan Pablo Varsky said the whole incident outside the stadium was triggered by an officer hitting a girl in a scuffle with fans. ESPN quoted the Gimnasia player Leonardo Morales as saying, "My 2-year-old son couldn't breathe. We feel desperate and worried about all the people in the stands. We were playing a normal football game and it turned into this, and the feeling that our relatives almost died." Only Gimnasia players were in the stadium since Buenos Aires province banned supporters of visiting teams from games in 2013 amid frequent outbreaks of violence.